I love to play the horses, and I love to bet. I really got started my first year with the Bears, with a former Bear head coach, Jim Dooley. He was a big horse racing fan, and we went out to the track, and we won 7 out of 8 races. The first time I ever went, I couldn't believe it.
I know how it is when we're all standing there and those horses are coming down the stretch. What's that feel like?
It feels like when I was getting ready for a football game.
Arlington International Racecourse in Illinois is one of Johnny Morris's favorite places. Over 50 years ago, Morris set the Bears record for career receiving yards. The mark still stands.
Bears know what to do in this situation. They give the ball to Johnny Morris. The shifty Chicagoan filters through the 49ers and ends up in the ivy on the other side of the goal line as Chicago pulls away to a 20-10 advantage at halftime.
I was a running back my first 3 years. I had some quickness, and I wasn't very big.
Johnny Morris skirts left end, scampers down the sideline on a 61-yard gallop.
I had 2 lead weights that each weighed 2 pounds, and when I weighed in, I put those under my arms.
Watch Johnny go. Great run by this little guy. Morris is over.
Tommy McDonald was with the Eagles, and Bobby Mitchell was with Cleveland, playing running back. Those were smaller guys like me, 175, 5'10" is what I was.
Bobby Mitchell makes a fine catch.
Those teams switched them out as flankers, wide receivers. Well, that's what George Halas did too. He said to me, "You'll last a lot longer, you'll be healthier," and that's true.
Mike Ditka, 230 pounds of trouble for defensive halfbacks. He's 6'3" and was Rookie of the Year in 1961.
He was a tight end, and in our system, the wide receiver always played on the strong side, so Mike and I were always on the same side of the ball.
Watch Johnny Morris now. Utilizes Ditka's interference and scampers 52 yards for a touchdown.
It turned out to be a godsend because when you have 2 guys on the same side, you can't double them both. Mike was probably the best blocker I ever saw. We helped each other, and of course, the year I caught 93, he caught 70-something. That was a record at the time for 2 receivers on the same team.
Morris broke Tom Fear's single-season NFL reception record in 1964. That same year, he also began double duty as a Chicago sportscaster.
And our rookie halfback, Gale Sayers, had the kind of day most players dream about. 4 touchdowns, 2 in the final 2 minutes that beat the Vikings. Gale didn't have to take the plane back to Chicago. He could have flown back on his own power.
And so the rest of my career, during the off-season, I would do the morning sports at 6 o'clock in the morning when nobody was watching.
After retiring from football, he ascended to a top anchor position, buoyed by his creative partner and wife, Jeannie Morris.
2 of the prettiest people I know, Jeannie and Johnny Morris from Chicago.
She was an idea person, and we worked together for 30 years, and she was the love of my life. She put pieces together that had a little more emotion. She started writing Ryan Piccolo, A Short Season, a great bestseller book.
So much for the experts. As usual, they can't agree on anything.
I feel like that I did pretty well on beating the other stations on some stories. I had an advantage because I was an ex-player. I knew various athletes that would cooperate with me where they might not cooperate as much with somebody they didn't know.
Ditka, who normally deals only with the offense, was explaining something to rookie defensive lineman William Perry.
That's right. Get that on film so the 49ers can see our trick play, guys. Way to go.
Ditka soon punctuated Steve McMichael's concern.
Get out of here!
That's the thing is I knew him as well as he knew me. He couldn't intimidate me, but I couldn't intimidate him.
Well, I'll tell you.
I thought we were in a mortuary for a while.
Oh, are you going to wrap the fans now?
I'm going to wrap the ones that sit on their hands. Yes, I am.
Why?
You want to ask me why? Because they're lousy fans for sitting on their hands.
Well, sometimes when you don't score a point,
no kidding.
I'm just giving you their side of it.
Then they aren't fans if it's based on scoring a point, John. That's not the idea. The idea is to be fans before you score, and then you might score.
Morris retired with 11 Emmy Awards on his mantle, and he still has that entry in the Bears record book.
And they're off.
You know, I'm almost 86, and if I go tomorrow, it's okay with me. I've had a good life with a woman I loved a lot, Jeannie. and good kids. You know, you lose sometimes, you win sometimes, but it's all worth it.
Oh, he's going to win it.
No, he's not going to win.
He won it.
No.